In India, we often talk about dynasty politics and power being accumulated in one family. Sri Lanka has taken it to another level. The island nation is now completely under the control of two brothers. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, the younger brother, took oath as the president on Monday. And Mahinda Rajapaksa, the elder brother, who has been sworn in as the prime minister today. Mahinda Rajapaksa, by the way, has already served 2 terms as the president of Sri Lanka, and now he's back to rule as prime minister with his brother at the helm. The ruling siblings of Sri Lanka they are. Now, nepotism is not new to the politics of Southeast Asia, but this is rare for 2 brothers to be at the helm. In fact, this is just the second time in the world that siblings have simultaneously occupied top political positions in a country. The first instance happened 13 years ago in Poland. Identical twins came to power in 2006. Lech Kaczynski was president and his twin brother Jaroslaw Kaczynski served as prime minister. Back to Sri Lanka, all the power is now vested in the hands of one family. What are they doing with it? Do you know the first step that the Rajapaksas took? They dropped all corruption charges against themselves. They're wasting no time, clearly. Within 4 days of taking office, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has dismissed all the corruption cases against himself. He was accused of embezzlement to the tune of $191,000 US. He had an overseas travel ban on him. All of that is now gone. How is it even possible, you may ask? Here goes the Sri Lankan law. According to the Sri Lankan constitution, no civil or criminal proceedings shall be instituted or continued against the president. This is ironical. Remember Gotabaya Rajapaksa's election promise or his victory speech? He said one thing both the times. He will root out corruption from Sri Lanka. Here's a reminder.
Meritocracy and technocracy should be promoted at all times. Corruption will never be tolerated under my administration.
Corruption will never be tolerated. Very well. He started with removing it from his own CV. What was the first decision he took as president? Install his elder brother and political guru as the prime minister. Second decision, terminate all the corruption cases against himself. Third, get foreign sovereign immunity in 2 civil cases filed against him in California. This was related to the torture and death of a senior newspaper editor during the final stages of the civil war. Quite a start it has been. Now, the 2 brothers have been accused of serious human rights violations during the civil war. Gotabaya Rajapaksa was the defense chief. Mahinda was the president. This is Act 2 of their stint in power. Act 1 had the heady highs of the victory in the civil war. But the economy has plunged into debt now. What does this power equation mean for the country and for the region? They are expected to rule with an iron hand to quash separatism and terrorism, which is very much needed. They also tend to tilt towards China, and that is putting it mildly. Hambantota port and its Chinese control is Rajapaksa's legacy, his doing. Sri Lanka's first family is close to the Chinese government. This time around, they should balance things with India. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's visit to Delhi later this month is a good start.
We want to remain neutral in our foreign relations and stay out of any conflict amongst the world powers.
In theory, this is the ideal stand, to remain neutral. In practice, it may be tough to achieve. Sri Lankans have voted Rajapaksa based on his security record. But the debate over Chinese debt in Sri Lanka has not died with this election. It is very much a concern. The Rajapaksa family has now accumulated great power. And with great power comes great responsibility. With such concentration of great power comes great complications too. History has examples. Solomon Bandaranaike, as Prime Minister, oversaw anti-Tamil riots in 1958. The ethnic crisis in Sri Lanka is his legacy. When he tried to appease the Tamils, he was assassinated by a Buddhist monk. That's when his wife, Sirimavo Bandaranaike, became Prime Minister. The world's first woman Prime Minister, elected in 1960. She had 3 terms, all of them marked with ethnic violence and state oppression, resulting in the birth of the LTTE. Then her daughter, Chandrika Kumaratunga, became Prime Minister first and then the President of Sri Lanka. She oversaw a humanitarian crisis in northern Sri Lanka. That's one family ruling over the years. And then there's the Premadasa family, another example of Sri Lanka's dynasty politics. It's a long list with a short message. Dynasties have not been great for democracy on the island nation, as you can see from their constitution, which gives total immunity to the president.